Whereas if I just denied it and said, oh no, it hasn't happened, no, everything's fine, and lied to people, I'd also be lying to myself. I'm going to cut the bullshit. Things are very tough.
I walk on a tightrope, my feet get nice cold, my head spinning like a cyclone, she got me going psycho. Hold up, baby, I got CBD. Now we should kick back, pop in a DVD, yeah. Hold up, baby, we should keep the peace before one of us blows up like TNT. Let's go. I guess I'm crazy too. Not right in my mind, but I play it cool. A lot of emotions I convey are cruel, and my toxic traits are like deja vu. Ooh, that's the way I do. I'm a hot mess. Face the truth. I don't mean everything I say to you, but I know that I got you going crazy too. Damn. Cruise on the high road. Dodging the potholes, tied up and I'm blindfold. She got me going psycho.
Hey peeps, my name's Cam and welcome to Make the Movement. As you just saw, your boy was in the gym getting a nice upper body pull session smashed and ticked off the list. And talking of training, if you want to get trained by your boy or come to one of my Zumba classes, links are down below and all details are there for you to go and have a look at. So hopefully I'll see you there. But in today's video, I wanted to discuss one thing, and that is simply, are you actually okay? I've discussed this in a previous video before about how we'll ask each other, hey man, you alright? And then the other person says, yeah, I'm fine. Are you? Yeah, I'm alright. But the question is, are you actually okay? Now, there's a few reasons why you might just brush off things. 1, you haven't come to terms with something. 2, maybe you're resistant and you don't want to accept it. Maybe 3, you don't want to confide in that person who's just asked you, which is fair enough. We all have people who we feel comfortable talking to and not feel comfortable talking to. It could be for a different reason that I haven't even mentioned. However, don't ignore your emotions or your feelings. Allow them to play. Just like songs on the radio or Spotify in the car, let them play. There can be happy feelings, sad feelings, angry feelings, or quite depressive feelings. Allow them to play. So even in a horrific event like losing a job or losing a loved one, they are very fucking tough. And even though they are very tough, resisting or not wanting to acknowledge those things have happened is going to be quite detrimental. Yes, some things we cannot control, but what we can control is whether we accept something or decline. Of course, losing your job, losing a loved one, losing your home, they're horrific life events and they're not nice to experience. However, if you're resisting the fact that those things have happened, you're just in denial. You don't have to confide in everybody who asks you if you're okay. Just make sure you have key people, friends, relatives, could even be work colleagues who you get along with very well. At least let people know that at the moment things are a bit tough. And you don't have to go into detail. But even if somebody says to you, are you okay? If you're not okay, just say, do you know what? Things are a bit tough at the moment. Someone might say, oh, do you want to talk about it? And you don't have to talk about it with that person. But at least you've been honest and you've acknowledged that, do you know what? I'm going to cut the bullshit. Things are very tough. Actually, what I find works for a lot of people and myself is when you start to say, do you know what? Things aren't okay. Take this as an example. A year ago, somebody who I knew, who I was quite close with, they passed. And when I went to work, one of my clients said to me, is everything okay? And I said, do you know what, actually, no. Things are quite tough. And this particular client, she struggles with her speech, but through sign language, and also I know her quite well, I knew what she was saying to me. And despite her challenges to speak, she was making the effort to ask me, you know, if she can do anything, if I want to talk about it. And I just simply said to her, oh, unfortunately, somebody's passed that I was quite close to. But she chose to just give me a huge hug. And the reason why I made myself vulnerable was the more I said it, the more I started to acknowledge this unfortunate event had happened. Whereas if I just denied it and said, oh no, it hasn't happened, no, everything's fine, and lied to people, I'd also be lying to myself. And like I said, you don't have to talk to everybody who asks you if things are fine. But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that if you're not okay, just say to people, things are tough. You don't have to lecture or give a life story if you don't want to, but just let people know that your head is a bit distracted. Because by doing that, you're acknowledging that things aren't okay. And it's okay if things aren't okay. You can take this as a happy video or a sad video. I wasn't trying to make it a sad one. But it was just a gentle reminder to be honest about your feelings. Because I know loads of people, whether they're friends, colleagues, or clients, who always say things are fine. And I can tell straight away that they're not okay. And it's okay if they don't want to talk to me or other people. But what I would genuinely try to encourage, and this goes for everybody, is just be honest and say, things at this current moment in my life, they're not okay. And if somebody asks, do you want to talk about it? You can say, oh, I don't want to talk about it, but this is how I feel at the moment. I feel a little bit sad or a bit distracted. And actually, the more you say that to yourself and the more you actually come to terms with that, the easier it'll be to process. And I know there could be life events that are horrific. I'm not taking away any of the significance from it at all, of course not. However, the more you start to acknowledge that something has happened, the easier it'll be to accept it. But this also goes for positive things too. You know, you could have won a car, you could have won some money, and you could easily pretend like you don't have, you know, those big figures in the bank, or you have this amazing luxury car you just won. You could just act like you don't have it. But acknowledge it. Allow emotions to play, like I said. Don't resist it, and just be true. And with that being said, take care, much love, and together we'll make the movement. Go and click just over there, because YouTube is a smart little bugger, and it's recommending a video just for you to watch. So go show it some love. And just below that, you can subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video, and remember, be freaking amazing.